You are all welcome. Please, today's video is mainly how you can use keyboard shortcut keys effectively while you are working your document. This lesson is very important. And note, we are not covering the entire shortcuts that you have in Microsoft Office. No. And we are not even touching the basis, the beginning aspect of the shortcut keys. We are getting only into the aspect of shortcut keys that are very essential that you must know so that you can handle your Microsoft Office documents effectively. You don't actually need all the shortcut keys, but there are those that are mandatory that you must know and use them. And if you can know them and then use them on daily basis, you will see how it will enable you to be working very fast. Because the time you will start looking for mouse and where the mouse pointer is on the screen before you start moving, if you are using shortcuts, you are just pressing Ctrl something and the effects take place without you looking for mouse. And what if your mouse is faulty when you don't have another mouse? You will still notice that you will still bounce back to shortcut keys. So it is very important that you know important shortcuts that are in Microsoft Word. So this lesson is only to give you 15 most important shortcuts provided Microsoft Office Word is concerned. Please follow it along. I will display each of the shortcuts and I will take time also to show you instances that you can use the shortcuts. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with your friends, invite them to use this channel too, and subscribe to this channel because more videos will be coming your way. Thank you very much. Let's get into the practical aspect and see the most important shortcut keys that you are to use while you are handling your Microsoft Office Word documents. Alternate key. Alternate key selects the active tab of the ribbon and activates the access key. Alternate key. Now you are in Microsoft Word. Then just press alternate key on the keyboard. Highlight the portion you want to carry out certain task. You don't have to memorize all the shortcut keys offhand. Use access key. Alternate key. It brings the access keys for you. Then you want to open Home tab. Press H on the keyboard. And if you want to change fonts, then press FF fast. You can now type the fonts you want to change and then press Enter key. See the highlighted text have changed, which is the chapter 1. And if you want to change the font size, use Alt key. It's open the access keys. Use H for Home tab and use FS for font size and then change it to whatever font size of your choice and press Enter key on the keyboard. See, chapter 1 has changed. Alternate key is very powerful. You don't have to memorize all the shortcut keys before. Just know how to use alternate key because it will now lead you to anywhere you want to go, as it will prompt access keys that you can use without touching your mouse. Alternate plus tab. Now, if you combine alternate key plus tab key, it will only take effect if you have more than one window opened, because it will help you to switch between the windows. You will switch from one window to the next window. Alternate plus tab key. Let's use and see. Press alternate key and press tab key. See, it's open various windows that you open in this system. You can switch with that key. You can switch from one window to another. See now, the bright contact is here now. You are holding down alternate key. You press tab key again. You now see color screen capture. You see shortcuts. So it will move from one window to another. Any window that you want, you just release the alternate key and the window is active. Alternate plus tab. Any window that you want, you release it, is active. But if you want to go to the previous window, where alternate tab is going to the front, see the active window, which is this one now. But if you now press alternate plus tab again, it takes you to this one now. But if you press shift key and then press alternate again, it's now going backward, which is the previous window. That's how you can use alternate tab. Any window that you want, you release the alternate and the tab key, the window will get displayed on the screen. Alternate plus shift plus tab. As you are using alternate tab to move from one window to another, if you want to now move from the window you are to the previous window, that is when you are using alternate plus shift plus tab, so that it switches to the previous window. If you are in a dialog box and you use alternate key plus the letter underlined in an option, you will see that it will select that option. And if it is a tick box in that dialog box, it will select that tick box and also glare the tick box in that dialog box if you are using alternate key plus the underlined character. We will see how it works. If you are in a ladder box like this, then take note that all the options that you have in this dialog box, a particular character must be underlined. Then within this dialog box now, if you press alternate key plus the letter that is underlined, that means you activate or you select that option. Then if there is any tick box within this dialog box, like the strike through, double strike through, there are tick box here. If there are tick box here, then if you use alternate key plus the underlined character, it will activate or tick the box. And if you press alternate key plus that same character again, it will clear the tick box. Let's see how it works. Now, you want to change font size. You see that size here is underlined. Press alternate key plus the S and then type the font size that you want, 50. Then if you want to do double strike through, which is this one now, don't use your mouse tool. Just press alternate key plus the underlined letter, which is L. You now see that the double strike through is active. If you press enter key on the keyboard, it stands for OK and it will take place. See what we have changed. It will take effect for you. So that is how you can use alternate key plus underlined letter in a dialog box, and it will help you to do your work very fast. Let's try another one, how to use the alternate key plus underlined character in a dialog box. Let's assume you press Ctrl P, which is for print. See now, the print dialog box is active. You notice N is underlined, which is for printer name, and you want to change the name of printer you want to use and print something. Just press alternate N, and then use down arrow or up arrow to specify the printer name that you want to print the document with. Press enter key. You will see page range. If you are to print all is active. But if you are to print current page, just press alternate plus E, which is the underlined letter. You now see that current page is active. But if you are to print selected pages, you press alternate key plus G and start to enter the number of page you want to print. Maybe you want to print page 2, page 8, page 15. Then if you want to increase the number of copies that you want to print per each of these sheets, you now see that number of copies here, C is underlined. Just press alternate plus C and enter the number of copies per sheet that you want to print. After that, press enter key on the keyboard, which stands for OK, and your document will start printing. CTRL D. If you are selecting text while in Microsoft Office documents, if you select text and press CTRL D on your keyboard, it will prompt the font dialog box. But if you highlight or select a shape in your document before you press CTRL D, it will duplicate the text. Watch out to see in the practical section. Now CTRL D. I said if you are highlighting text, if text is selected as you see on the screen, if you now press CTRL D, it will prompt font dialog box, which is this one for you, whereby you can use it to change your fonts, change your fonts, change your font style, change your font size, do whatever that you can do within font dialog box, and click on OK. But if shape like this shape that we have on the screen now, this rectangle is highlighted, and you now press CTRL D, you see automatically it duplicates the shape into two. You press CTRL D again, keep duplicating the shape. So that is how you can use CTRL D in your document. CTRL+SHIFT+C and CTRL+SHIFT+V. Take note, it's like CTRL+C and CTRL+V, which is likely you know what it means, copy and paste. CTRL+SHIFT+C will enable you to copy a particular format that you have given to a particular text that you have highlighted, and then paste it to another text that you want it to carry the same format. CTRL+SHIFT+C and CTRL+SHIFT+V. We say that it will copy the current format of selected text and paste the copied format into another place. See how you will apply it. First of all, highlight where you want to copy the format before you press the key as specified, CTRL+SHIFT+C, and then go to another place that you want to apply the same format to. For instance, here. First of all, highlight it before you now press CTRL+SHIFT+V. You now see that the same format in form of the font size, the font that you use, was it bold, it will copy to the next one automatically. Let's just highlight any other portion. Let's just highlight this small portion now and press CTRL+SHIFT+V. You now see that it applies the same format that you have copied to. Anywhere now that you want to paste the same format, you are free to just, once you click there, highlight it first, press CTRL+SHIFT+V. That means you can finish something that you will keep duplicating the same formats into various places, use this method and be pasting it one after another instead of trying to apply the same thing from one place to another. CTRL+SHIFT+F. Generally, it will open font dialog box for you, and you will use it to do everything that is within the dialog box, provided you know how to use alternate key plus the underlined character. You can move around the dialog box the way you want. CTRL+SHIFT+F will automatically prompt font dialog box for you, and then you use it to specify whatever you want to specify. Let's take for instance, you type capital letter N. You highlight the capital letter N. You press CTRL+SHIFT+F. Font dialog box open. With what I told you some minutes ago, you use alternate key plus L. Double strike through is active. You press enter key. You have inserted naira sign into your document without touching the mouse. This is the joy of using shortcut keys while working in your document. CTRL+SHIFT+G. This key combination will open the word count dialog box for you. CTRL+SHIFT+G will open word count dialog box for you. Just press it, CTRL+SHIFT+G. You now see this is word count that help you to see that in this document you have a total of 71 pages, that you have a total words of 13,006, and that you have total paragraphs up to 1,293 and other things. Very simple. Just press the key combination CTRL+SHIFT+G. It takes you to this. It's very helpful if you know, because there are times a student will tell you how many words is my document or how many paragraphs is my document. It's here that you can just press one thing and it will help you to see it without going to any tab and look for word counts. CTRL+SHIFT+<< and CTRL+SHIFT+<<. The first one will decrease font size, while the second one will increase font size for you. That is, CTRL+SHIFT+<> will decrease font size, while CTRL+SHIFT+<> will increase font size respectively. If you highlight a text or paragraph of text, before you press Ctrl key plus Shift key plus less than sign on the keyboard, you will see that it will decrease the size of the text as you see on the screen. And if you see where the font size is located on the screen, you see that now is 8. If you keep pressing it, it keeps decreasing. And if you now change and then hold down Ctrl key plus Shift key plus greater than sign of greater than, you now see that it is increasing the font size for you. So why not use this? You just highlight the portion and then use this to increase or decrease your font size. Likewise, the Ctrl plus the square brackets. The open square brackets will decrease the font size, while the Ctrl plus close square brackets will increase font size for you. Ctrl+Home and Ctrl+N. Ctrl+Home will take your cursor or move your cursor to the beginning of the document, while Ctrl+N will move your cursor to the end of the document respectively.
Look at the documents now. We are in page 1 of this document. We say that if you are using Ctrl plus Home key, it will take you to the beginning of the document. And if you use Ctrl plus N key, it takes you to the end of the document. Let's try and see. Ctrl plus N. See, page 71 of 71. And Ctrl plus Home takes you to page 1. So why did you keep scrolling your page from one page to page 2 to page 3 where you are going to the end of the document? Why not use Ctrl N? It goes to a particular place. And take note of the go-to that I show you in my previous lesson. For instance, you want to go to page 50 of this document. Why not press Ctrl G one time and then enter the page number that you want to go to, maybe page 50, and press enter key on the keyboard. It takes you to page 50. Check here, this is 50 of 71. And you want to go to page 2 of this document, or even page 5 of this document, Ctrl G, you put 5 on the enter page number and press enter key. It takes you to page 5 of this document. This is page 5 of this document. So if you know shortcut keys, you will not be scrolling your system, scroll from one page to another. You just move back, go to a particular place, go to the next one, and then you finish what you are doing.
Shift plus F3. This is a very powerful key because it will help you to change case, character case easily.
Now Shift F3. Once you press Shift F3, see what will happen to this highlighted text. Shift F3, it turns it to small letters. Shift F3 again, it turns it to first letter capital, which is the initial cap. Shift F3 again, it turns it to capital letter. Why did you keep on searching for where you have changed case than to just use Shift F3 to change from one case to another and then you go your way?
Ctrl plus W, or you use Ctrl plus F4. Ctrl plus W will close the active window that you are using. And if you press Ctrl plus F4, it will perform the same task.
If it happens now that you are through with this document and you want to close, why not just press Ctrl W on the keyboard and the system will ask you, do you want to save changes to this document? You press Y on the keyboard to answer yes, and the system will close that document and you go your way. As simple as that. As simple as that. So make good use of shortcut keys so that it will help you to be very fast while working in Microsoft Office Word.
Ctrl plus F10 will maximize or restore the selected window. We will see in the practical aspect.
Ctrl F10. Maximize or restore the selected window. This is the selected window now. Once you just press Ctrl, you press F10 on the keyboard, it restores the window, whereby you can move the window from one location to another. You can resize the window. See the window. You are resizing the window. The active window. See the active window is this one. You are resizing the window. You can move it. But now, once you now press Ctrl F10 again, it maximizes the window. So that is the reason it's very good for you to know how to use it so as to maximize or restore down the selected window.
F12. Generally, it will display the Save As dialog box for you.
F12. Display the Save As dialog box. This document you have saved it already, but if there is need that you want to save it into another device, like external device, you will notice you will use Save As command. You are not using Ctrl S again. Because if you use Ctrl S at the initial time that you open Word document and start typing, it will still prompt Save As dialog box for you. But your subsequent saving will be the Ctrl S. But if you want to create a new file name for that document, you have to use F12 on the keyboard to prompt Save As dialog box whereby you can now use to save this document into a different file format or a different device. Finally, for this lesson, we want to click into print screen. Check your keyboard, you have print screen, press it. Automatically, once you press print screen, you will notice that the application you are using, the system have copied the window that you have here, whereby you can now press Ctrl+V and you press the window. See the window here. It's now like a picture inside this Word document. A very good key that you can use, especially if you want to have a diagram of a window and then discuss about it. Just press print screen on the keyboard, then you press Ctrl+V when you specify where you want it to stand. Let's assume this is your desktop now. The key is very powerful. This is your desktop now, and you want to bring this your desktop into your Word document. Just press print screen, then load your Word document. Load your Word document and press Ctrl+V. You will now see that you have carried the desktop environment into your document. Print screen and Ctrl+V will copy the screen and press it for you. But if at all you have other screen on this key, if you have other windows on the screen like this one now, you now see, if you now press print screen, it will copy everything on the screen. But if you want to copy maybe only this active window alone, only this active window, not the entire screen, that's why you have to know how to use alternate key plus print screen. Once you press it and then you take it to your document, you will see that it is only the active window that you will press. Yes, it will not be everything. It will not be the entire screen. See, it is only the active window that was there that is copied. So please, I'll produce another list of shortcut keys for you. Thereby, I will encourage you to keep on doing your practical so as to master this thing effectively.